everybody, and welcome to my first free online makeup masterclass. So I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. And I decided, I'm like, how am I going to do this masterclass, right? So I decided to just come on here and do my makeup with you. So I was telling you guys over the course of the last week to come without your makeup on and have your makeup, have your tools right in front of you because we're going to do our makeup together. So I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to see my last module and what I've been promoting. So now I have module 6 out on my online makeup masterclass. I've been working with this for over 2 years. I've put so much effort into shooting the video and seeing what styles are going to be good, what products I should be using, angles that I want to show, even product shots, because I want you guys to also see the products that I'm using. And I've made it a goal to always try to use different types of products so like that I can showcase different things to you guys. So the first 4 modules have the theory and the show and teach. The theory is just basically explaining all the different information pertaining the subject, right? And then the show and teach is me with a model. So I do one side of her face and she replicates what I do on the other side. And that's how I love to teach. I was fortunate enough to work at MAC Cosmetics for about 3 years, and we were taught how to teach. So one of their techniques was like that, the show and teach, where you would do one side to demonstrate it while the person is holding the mirror in their hands, and they would replicate it right away. Because once we learn something, if we apply the techniques we learn right away, it kind of gets stuck better in our brain, and then it's easier to replicate it at home. And the reason why I wanted to create the online makeup masterclass is because I wanted to offer you makeup tutorials that follow each other, right? A lot of the times we see, and I've done also on YouTube makeup tutorials, and a lot of the times they're just subjects that are there, but it's not like a full-on makeup look that follows each other with the products from start to finish. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something a bit more concise. So that's why I decided to create this online makeup masterclass. I've been in this industry for like 13 years. I have so much knowledge to offer, and I've always been asked, many questions pertaining makeup because of course, not everybody knows how to apply makeup properly. Sometimes it's a given, so good for you. But a lot of the times we need to learn. Even if you're good at it, you still needed to learn a few tips and tricks along the way. So today, I wanted to thank you guys for all your lovely support on my platforms, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for so much for liking my work, for sharing my work, for commenting, for hiring me. I'm really honored and I'm really blessed to do what I do as a career. So that's why today I decided to give back to you and offer you guys something for free. So let's go ahead and start. I think we're a few people already online, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start applying our makeup. So I'm gonna try to keep it down to like an hour application because my last module, the look was cut crease. Module 1 to 4 is really chopped up. It's one look with the same model. Module 5 is a different model. It was luminous makeup. And module 6 is my cut crease makeup look, which is a very popular makeup look. And I wanna replicate it with you using different colors. Oh. Hold on, guys. I got this little technical issue. I am live on Instagram. I don't know why it's not saying. 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. This is like really new for me. Keep Instagram. Go live on it after you go live on stream. Oh, okay. So I guess I have to go live on this too. Sorry, guys. It's just that, okay, here you go. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys for being patient. This is a new app that I'm using because I'm trying to stream at 3 different platforms at the same time. Like I was saying, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So it's a new app. I was like kind of freaking out because I'm like, I don't know where to go and what to do. So the hubby just informed me that I wasn't streaming on Instagram, but I am streaming on Instagram now. So I just gave myself a little introduction. Thank you and welcome to my free masterclass. I'm Blankita Styles. I'll be your teacher for this evening. And go ahead and check out my online makeup masterclass. But today, like I said, I want to give you something. So we're going to do my last makeup inspiration from module 6, which is a makeup called cut crease eye makeup, which is very trendy, very beautiful, and you can do it in very different ways. Okay, so today we're going to be using different colors too, just for fun. So when I start doing my makeup, I like to kind of like clip my hair out of my face, right? That's number one, because you don't want to have like hair in your face and just be annoyed with that falling. So you just want to kind of clip that out, make sure it doesn't fall. Here, let me do this a little bit more cute. Make sure you're also in a well-lit area. Like if you guys could see like the studio right now, I have like 3 lights on me. Light helps a lot. Natural light is the best. So if you do have a beautiful room, it's the daytime and you can do your makeup there, that's great. You're really going to see all those details. If not, a really good light, buy yourself a ring light. And use a hand mirror for certain things that you're going to need to be more close up to see certain things. So it could be a hand mirror or it could be a mirror on a stand. Okay, let's get started. All right. So one major thing that is super important before doing your makeup is preparing your skin. A lot of the times I get, told like, oh, I want to get a beautiful makeup done, but I don't want it to be cakey. Cakey does not really come from the makeup. It's really from the quality of your skin. So daily skincare works a lot, and also prepping your skin prior to applying makeup is extremely important. I found this toner. It's called the Glow Toner from Sephora, and it brightens and it tones. I like how it just clears all the skin, and it's so refreshing because our skin is our largest, least protected organ. Whatever you put on your skin is very important in terms of quality and ingredients, but also like what is it going to do for your skin in the moment when you're doing a makeup. So you want to make sure that the skin is hydrated. Think of it like a balloon. When a balloon is like blown up, it's like nice, beautiful, it's all tight. That's your skin being hydrated. Your skin kind of plumps itself. So that plumping effect gives it a beautiful bounce, and then it allows for the makeup to sit beautifully on your skin. When your skin is dehydrated, think of the same balloon as being deflated, right? It just like lost all of that. Like, So that's exactly what happens to our skin also when it's dehydrated. Now I'm using these Glow Peel Pads. So that's the line from Sephora. And I'm just prepping this. Feels so good. And I love these ones because they really just remove any type of impurity and give it a nice glow and a nice surface for you to work on. So that's really important. So if you already applied your skincare, awesome. Go ahead and do that. Make sure, another trick, okay, this is even if you're doing a simple makeup. If you're applying your hydration, and then after you're applying your, let's say SPF, just make sure that every step dries in between so it has time to penetrate and it doesn't actually mix on top of the skin. Because then sometimes that can cause your makeup to move or not apply, or even just a CC cream, right? I find CC creams or BB creams that have like the primer, the this, the that, and the hydration, but I still like to have my own hydration. Now we're going to go on here and we're going to start with a serum. So this is a serum that is made for makeup usage. You could still use it as part of a skincare, but what I love about skincare when it comes to makeup is because it is made with the intention of being used under makeup. So this is a hydrating booster because, I just told you, your skin, you want it to be hydrated. And when I do the makeup on myself, there's a lot of times that I will just use my hands, like now, and you just want to hydrate that. So now, like I said, you're plumping the skin, you're prepping the skin. This is very important. So for example, when you ladies have an event, you're going to work, I often get asked, Blankita, How come when I put my foundation or my cream or whatever in the morning, I feel like after a few hours, like it evaporated? Because it did. It evaporated. It's gone. Because first of all, you didn't close the pores of your skin if you don't hydrate. And then you didn't add a primer. Okay. Our skin is a breathable living organ. It expands and closes like it's normal. It's going to happen. That's why even when you wear makeup, people are like, I don't want to see lines. I don't want to see creases. I get it. But it's skin. So it's still going to happen. So prep your skin as well as you can for your skin type. And then you're going to see a huge difference. Even if you're just doing that, you can just do that. And sometimes, honestly, I just do CC cream. But I prep my skin and I put it on. I don't even put any eye makeup. I put a bit of brow gel, blush, and I call it a day. Okay? So I like to start with the eyes. And these are little eye patches. Secret, just because you guys are here. I got these on Shein. And they're really, really good. So I love them. And what I do is, you see, I kind of like remove the stickiness because sometimes I feel they're a little bit too sticky. Okay, so here I just want to go in before I stick it onto my skin. Now my skin is clean. It's been hydrated. My skin is drinking it all in now. In the meantime, that's where I like to do my eyes, okay? And because I want to create an effect, a lifted effect, I'm going to use this as a guide and also to protect the skin that is already prepped and clean so I don't have to clean that off and then reapply it all over again. So these ones are really cool. They're like little stickers. Sometimes you can also use these type of patches. Okay. My girl Flo gave these to me. And these are really nice. They're actually very cooling patches. They're really good when you have a bit of puffiness or tired eye. It just really gives it a nice cooling and hydrating effect. And it really plumps the skin from underneath because the skin under our eyes and around our eyes and our lips are actually the thinnest skin in our whole body. And the thinnest skin also means it has no glands to secrete oils, right? So that's why there's eye cream. People are like, well, why do they have eye cream and then you can't use the same one? You could, but the eye cream is specified for the eyes because the eyes do not have any type of glands that secrete oils, okay? For this look, I'm going to try to keep it simple. Every time I say that, I shoot myself in the foot. But I'm going to be using different products for this one, okay? So I'm using this. It's, oh, there's the camera. This is called Painterly. It's Paint Pot from MAC Cosmetics. I don't know if you guys can see it. Anyways, it's called Painterly, and it's from MAC Cosmetics. This is really great. What I love is these are like a cream eyeshadow base. This is like a nice little taupey pink, so it's going to be like a very natural color. Sometimes, you know, I know a lot of the times we don't have time to do, like, I don't do this elaborate makeup every single day. Like this would be me lying to you, and anybody who follows me on Instagram and sees my stories knows that I do not wear an insane amount of makeup every day. I'm pretty much without makeup, just skincare and SPF, or sometimes I keep it simple. So now I'm applying with a flat round brush before I continue with the brushes, because now we started with the brushes. Please wash your damn brushes, girls. Like, you have to wash the brushes from time to time. Even if you don't use a lot of makeup frequently, just give them a nice little wash. You're putting that on your skin. So if it sits on a counter or in a cluttered bag or whatever, and you've already used it on your skin, there's bacteria accumulating there. And I have a video on my YouTube channel that you can check out on how to properly wash your brushes. And I did that just for you many years ago, but for you. So back to the eyeballs. I'm going with a flat, rounded tip. You can see it's flat and it's round, right? Flat, round. Because I feel like it's perfect for something, what I'm doing now. It's like I'm pressing it onto my skin. What I love about Painterly, it's matte. So if I wanted to add some shine and sparkle to it, I could. And if you want to keep it more natural like this, I could as well. So you already see here, it just looks like a little bit more covered up, right? And it gives me a more illuminated effect. Some people have a little bit more discoloration on the eyelids or around the eyes. Some people have a lot of red Like, see, I have a bit of red, but some people have a bit more. Or sometimes you can see your little veins a bit more, which is not a bad thing. But let's say if you're like, oh, I want to add a minimal amount of makeup, but I don't want it to be too much and I just want to refresh. This is perfect because this product is made for the eyes. A lot of the times we can also use self-setting concealers on the eyelids. I use for my brides the Studio, the Pro Longwear from MAC. I like that one a lot because I like the texture. It's thin, but it still covers really well. But for my guest makeup or my makeup, it's honestly, it's perfect to use it like this, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead. So guys, if you don't have the patches, it's fine. You can also use medical tape, okay? And take it, put it on your hand to remove that extra tackiness so it doesn't pull and hurt when you remove them. If you don't have these products like the paint pot, use a concealer just to kind of get the hang of it. You know, like even if you don't have the right products, just try to like emulate what I'm doing right now because this is the whole reason, girl. Take advantage, you know what I'm saying? So the other day I was at a fashion show and one of my favorite palettes, which is from MAC that I made because you can make your own palettes, but I made my nice little, and it fell. So now all my colors all over the place. This is one of my favorite colors. It's called Soft Brown. And I have another one here that I love immensely. It's called Tête Tinte. Okay. So they're both like very soft, warm browns. Make sure you know what your vibe is in terms of like, are you more of a warm color or a cold color? I know that because of my skin tone, one way of telling is if gold looks better on you or silver. And some people are going to be like, well, gold and silver look good on me. So you're just a neutral. You go with both. It's okay. So I'm kind of doing a little mix of a dib and dab of both of them. So let me show you here, so you guys can see. Hold on, let me just take out this little palette. And remember, during my speech, I guess, per se, write down if you have any questions. If I say something you want me elaborated on after, write it down because that's what I'm here for. So I'm taking this color, that's the Tête Tinte and the soft brown, and I'm kind of like dabbing, shake it off a little bit. And now I'm gonna go ahead. So you saw what I did on this side. I'm creating a windshield wiper move. And what's really cool is that even if it goes over the shield, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna see what it's gonna do when I'm gonna pull that out. And what I'm doing is I'm going over my bone. So you have your little crease bone here, and that's where I'm going over it, okay? Here, over. And now we can go in with a little bit more soft brown. And I want to add more because I want you to see really the effect of when I do the crease. Now, you know how I have it here light? You could just keep it like that, put mascara, do your little skincare, powder, CC, or if you have like beautiful, perfect skin, you literally don't have to do much, you know? You could just do your like bronzer highlighter and then you're good to go. And it's just gonna open up your eye. It's gonna cause a little bit more depth. I personally like to use, I feel like on the crease now more and more, I like to use matte colors and then I'll keep the shimmer and maybe sometimes I'll bring up the shimmer to the crease, but I kind of like to start with the matte colors to really like lay down the foundation of what I'm doing. So already we see a difference of colors, right? And I know it looks crazy, but you really have to trust the process. The brush I'm using is a blending brush. This one is a Morphe M503. It's a blending brush. So anything that's like large and expanded will pick up a bit of product and will dispose of it in a more sparsely, more like diffused way per se, okay? When a brush is more compact, for example, like a pencil brush like this, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. You see that? It's more tapered, meaning that it will pick up more, but it's meant for like precise, like here if I want to put an effect, or for under the eye if I want to add an effect. And then I like to work with like a little medium fluffy brush, blending brush. This is also from Morphe. This is an 507. This is one of my, I love this one. I like it because it's still blending, but you can tell how, let me see. I'll just put it on my forehead. You see, it's like, it's open, but it's still tapered. So I love it for like this part of my eye. So also get to know the type of eye that you have, because that will influence a little bit how you're going to do the placement of your makeup. I'm going to go in with a brown first. So I'm going to go with something like this, more chocolatey, warm brown. And then I might go ahead and add like a deeper brown in between that to create the smoked effect. Now, like I'm saying, guys, you don't have to do all these steps, but it gives you an idea of what you can do, okay? So I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna start really at the edge. That's why I precisely, intentionally laid my shield a little bit under here, because I like to create that darkness because it extends my eye and it creates depth. So when I do my eye makeup, you're like, wow, big, beautiful eyes. But my eyes are not very small, but they're not very big. But by doing that effect, it really makes me have a bigger eye. And I always like to bring a little bit more down here. So here we go. So you see? Holy guacamole. I'm really packing it on here. I'm going back with my other brush. And I'm blending it. Now, the motions that I'm doing are circular inwards or circular outwards. Okay. And now I'm going to do the other side right away. And I'm doing it straight to the shield. Even if you go over the shield, that's what's cool. You're going to see how cool it is after when we take this off. Sorry, guys. When we take this off, it's going to look super amazing. Another thing I should point out to you guys is that when you're doing your eye makeup, especially, because we really want to try to go for symmetry in terms of the way the makeup looks, but also something that you want to also keep in mind, especially when you're applying eyeshadow, it could happen that sometimes on one eye you will apply a little bit more, and then on the other eye you're going to apply a little bit less. So let's say this is my favorite eye and I complete it all. After, if I try to replicate the other eye, it might be that like, oh, this eye might be darker and, you know, or lighter. And then you're like, you did one darker and then you have to kind of like adjust it. So it helps you work with your movements of your hands too. And it creates that muscle memory. And you're going to hear me say muscle memory like a billion times in the online makeup masterclass, because it's true. It really works, you know, and the more you do it, because on one side it's one feeling, and then on the other side, you see already just the hesitation of my arm. It's like I have to move my body. So be aware of that also. A lot of the times people find it uncomfortable. I'm using this brown actually from my, whoops, from my One Size palette. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, yes, I understand. Okay. Now, I'm going in with this brown because I want to just diffuse it a tiny little bit. Okay. And here also diffuse it. So remember, if you have any question, guys, let me know. Brushes, there's so many type of brushes. You know, there are brushes that are more professional grade in terms of quality. You know, it doesn't mean you have to be a professional makeup artist to own one of those brushes, but definitely the quality of the brush will help you have an easier application of makeup, just as having good quality products, right? So here I'm kind of like extending it a little bit more, and you'll see why. Because I told you I'm doing it a little bit different than the Makeup Masterclass, because I want to show you different variations. So I'm kind of following the hollow of my eye, and take time to get familiar with your own features of your eyes. Okay. Here you go. And now we're seeing this nice smoked effect coming along. You know, you can call this a day. You could do an eyeliner, put lashes, and it'll be beautiful. But I just want to show you what it could do. The cut crease makeup. You know, I often get asked also because, you know, I also do hair and I always get asked, what do you prefer more? And it's hard for me to say I prefer more doing makeup or hair because I feel that they both offer me something completely distinct and a complete different feeling of while I'm working, but also that satisfaction of once it's applied. Okay. So I'm creating the smoked also here. So with that soft brown base, you're going to see when I'm going to add to do the cut crease, how it's going to pop even more. So what's cool about makeup is sometimes you're going to see in the module 6 on the model that I did, which her name is Gaia. She's a very talented singer. And I did a more softer look of a cut crease. I wanted to do something that is a little bit more wearable where people would feel like they can relate to this. This one is more like of a party or even maybe wedding vibe that you can do. And now I'm just blending it, blending it, blending it, blending it. What I'm gonna do is I'm taking my full coverage from Makeup Forever in number 1 because I'm going to be using this on my eyes. This is also very self-setting. It's thick. It can cover tattoos. And this one, I'm putting it on my hand. It's one of the rare products that I'll put on my hand because for this one to really, really work well, you kind of need to warm it up. So it's really important to like ask when you're concerning yourself about products, when you're learning about products, because it's going to help you know how to properly use certain products. I'm going back in with my round tip. I just, you see, saturated it, warmed it up on my skin. And this is where it gets fun. So I'm going to let's say start here in the middle. And now I have this. You can look up and you see my eye got stamped. So start in the lower base, and I just want you to keep note of look what I'm doing. I'm really tilting my head upwards so I can see what I'm applying, right? Because if I look straight into the mirror, I just cut a lot of my visibility if I'm looking straight. But if I do this, I can see straight into the mirror. And you can do a cut crease many different ways. One of my favorite ones is like kind of bringing it 3/4 and keeping the exterior dark because on my eye, I feel that's the one that looks the best. That's the look that it's like my go-to look, right? But sometimes there's nothing to say that I wouldn't be able to take this and do the full cut crease like that. But then I would have had to apply it a little bit higher. And then make sure you pat that on. Like I said, you can skip this step if it's not something that you're going to want to do in terms of makeup. But like I said, this was the look that I was going for. So lower lid, you can look easy, magically stamps it. Because you could draw by line, but it's so much harder. Like, why not just do it where your eye would naturally bend? Because then look, when I look straight at you, it just looks bigger because it did the natural stamp. And then what's cool from there, I'll be able to add my shiny pigment that I chose because I find pigments are so fun. Pigment, okay, you see? It's a real life situation. Things happen, don't panic. I like to have my little Q-tips with me. And I'm just gonna smudge that a little bit inwards. Okay, there you go. And then I'm gonna apply Just a little more. And then I'm just gonna go over it anyways. So you see here, and you can have that perfect cut crease, but sometimes when you put the pigment, as long as it's not scattered all over the place, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be ultra, ultra perfect. Now I'm going with this one. It's called Artist Couture. And like I was saying, like it has this like purpley, pinkish little vibe. And I feel that with my colors, it's like gonna be bomb. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm taking another brush. I could have literally just used the other side of the brush, but I don't know. I just had this one. Whenever you're using loose pigments, like I was saying, is a professional word for color. Okay, that's what it's called. It's a pigment. There's loose pigments, like the one I'm using now, that comes in a little jar, a little vial. And then there's pigments that are compacted. And then there's the eyeshadows. The pigments are usually much more concentrated and have different textures too. So make sure you choose the products that you feel the most comfortable with, whatever that is. And if you're applying if you have any loose colors, loose pigments that you want to apply on your eyes, make sure that with this, you're dabbing it into your skin. You're not like fluffing it all over the place like I did before with the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow, I'm going to blend it like crazy, but this, you want to like kind of compact it, especially if I'm doing it in like this type of style where I really want that to be packed on to my eyes. All right, we're advancing, guys. I know it still looks funny, but like I said, you got to trust the process. And you're going to go over with it with a nice warm brown. And just like really, I'm like kind of packing it in here. It gives it a nice little effect. It's a very nice warm brown. I mixed 2 types of warm browns with this. And this is the eyeshadow. Okay. Are we getting excited? I can't wait for your question, girls. So today I will be using the MAC, what is it called? Brush Stroke 24-hour liner. This is a pencil, so a fine tip. And this is going to be the part where a lot of people are like, how do I do it? So already you want to look at your eyes straight ahead in the mirror when you're applying eyeliner. Try to visualize it because that is the most important thing ever. Like if you visualize the eyeliner, it's going to be so much easier for you to glide. So a lot of the times what I'll do is first I could determine the angle. So I'm like, okay, I want my angle to be like this. Once I do the angle one side, which is a key, you can follow, your lower lash line here, follow it upwards. Okay. And then the liner is like a sister. They're not twins. They're related. And then from here, I'm going to like try to connect this tip looking straight ahead. See, so you can see it straight ahead. And then just connect it to here. You see that? Now you got that little space in the middle. So guess what happens? You just fill that space up. That's it. I know it's much harder, but the more you practice, especially eyeliner, the better it's going to be. I realized as time has gone by, I like the eyeliner on top of my eyes to be fairly thin because it gives the impression that I have a larger eyelid. Back in the 90s, it was all about that thick liner. And now all I'm doing is like, if you can see this clearly, hopefully you can, but I'm stamping my eyeliner. And I'm using the base of my lash as like a support. So instead of trying to go from on top to do a nice little liner, If you want to do a big liner, just start from the bottom. Start from the bottom by stamping, and then it'll be easier for you to build the line. And then look at it from different angles. See, that's really pretty. I like it. Me like it. And now we're going to do the other side. I think this one was a little taller or higher. So you see, this is my tip. I'm looking straight into the camera, into the mirror. Okay, you see? And now, and you see, I'm moving my head and my hands. I'm directing it different places because I want to make sure that I can get into these angles. And then I'm lifting. And now for this one, it's my other hand, so my other arm. So because I'm like going over my nose, I've learned to have to take it a tiny bit slower. And now you see, at this point, because my nose is in the way, I won't be able to continue comfortably. So I have no choice to cross over my arm this way and hold it like this. And sometimes if I tilt my eyes like this, it just makes it easier instead of me having to do this, right? So I've learned and I've noticed that a lot of the times when people struggle, it's because the way that they're holding themselves or their tools during their applications. See? So that's why a good quality eyeliner will make a huge difference. A huge difference because it will really just glide on. And some of them are really good to glide on, but they flake. I used to use a really good one from Liz Wattier. I loved it, but it would always flake. It was amazing. The eyeliner would slide right off, but it would always flake. So I stopped using it because it was annoying to have flaky eyeliner. Also, one thing I forgot, that when you're applying your makeup, always hydrate your lips too. I'm just applying a little bit of hydration. I've had this in my kit almost since I started working at MAC. So I've had this in my kit for like at least a good, 11 years. It's the lip conditioner. It's so hydrating. It's so soft. Any of you who have had your makeup done by me know that this makeup is like fantastic. This lip conditioner is fantastic. So now I'm just trying to find my other thing that I thought I had prepped, but not a problem. Here it is. It's my 24-hour eye base. Why do I use two different eye bases? Because the one that I had used on top of my eye, remember, the Painterly, it's, how would I say? It's colored and it has a thicker texture for on top of the eye. I don't mind too much, but for under the eye, I rather go for something a little bit transparent. And I always like to work with my little palettes. And here, I'm just applying a primer. So now you've heard me say primer at least 3 times. Why? Because it's important. Primer will help product stick on your skin. Why? Because our skin is porous. Why? Because we're alive and that's the way it is. It breathes. So it's going to expand and it's going to close. So in that time, if you're wearing makeup, you want to make sure that the skin will have, the proper preparation for it to be able to last all day. So like that, you won't have that feeling of like, why isn't my makeup lasting all day? Now I went in back with that brown from the One Size palette. And you see, I'm just like kind of thickening and deepening here. I love this look personally on me. I think that it looks really nice. I think it really brings out my eyes. You don't have to do this, or you can just do this in a very, very light brown as well, which is great. And you see one side, I did one side, I go right away and I do the other side. I like to create this depth. And actually where I learned this trick by creating a bit more depth into the eyes here. When my daughter was much younger, she loved anime cartoons and anime makeup. And I was watching a tutorial with her, and I was watching this crazy anime transformation. And the girl had made her eye look huge. And I was like, wow. And I kind of took that trick and I applied it into like beauty makeup to kind of create that swoop to open the eye, obviously when needed, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill in my brows. This product is found at the pharmacy. It's actually Essence. I think it was like $3 or $4, maybe with tax. I think this is the dark brown, if I'm not mistaken, and it's vegan and it's waterproof. Yeah, it's really good. So I like it because it comes with my little spoolie. So you could just like prep your brows right away. And I'm just starting here at the base and I'm pressing lightly. Like I'm not going ultra crazy. I like my brows to be defined. I don't like them ultra dark. So it's not black. It's just like a dark brown. And I had my girlfriend Marwa do my eyebrows the other day, and she did such a great job. So it's so much easier to fill in brows when they're groomed as opposed to when they're not. It looks very different, and it really frames the face, even if you have no makeup on. The other day when I got them done, and I came back home, and my husband was like, something looks different. And it was because, yeah, I got my brows done. And, you know, you could tell the difference. It just really frames the face. See, so if it goes over a tiny bit, just go with your hand and take it off. You see how I didn't go super dark here at the beginning? And then this, you can just brush it out even more to make it more natural. So already one side, the other side. And I could just estomper, which means blend this. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side right away. Always make sure, even if you're doing very simple makeup, start one side and right away do the other. We have a tendency to always want to do the side that we're more comfortable at, because we all have one side that we prefer doing makeup on more than the other one. And let's say if you're having a hard time with your eyeliner, what's a trick that I can give you is really do it step by step. And when you're doing it, pay attention. When you do this, how does it feel in your arm as opposed to when you have to do this? How does it feel? How does the angle match? And by doing that more and more and more, and then like this, you're going to be able to create better symmetry, and you're going to be able to do it much faster. You know, I know a lot of the times a lot of people get discouraged. It takes a lot of time, but you know, just try to practice as much as you can, like little details. It doesn't always have to be like the full-on makeup, but like if you want to master eyeliner, give yourself like a little challenge. Like, okay, I'm gonna do eyeliner like this whole week, you know, and just practice. Well, if you don't have time in the morning, which I get it, because sometimes it's hard in the morning, especially if you have small kids and you have to bring them to school, you can still try to practice at nighttime before you remove your makeup. So like that, if you mess up and you feel frustrated, you don't have to like be running and be late to go to work. So at this point, I think I'm ready to take off my pads. Do you see? Schklack. And remember, you just pull them gently. If you're learning to apply makeup on clients, always, always, always be gentle. We want to make sure that it's a pleasant experience for people who want to. So remember, I was talking to you about primer. I got this primer actually. It's NYX. I got it at Walmart. It's called Shine Killer. And I was so surprised, and I'm going to show you why. Because I didn't read the back, but then I was really cool because it went away. It's black, guys. Okay. And I was like, what? But it's black because it has charcoal. So the shine killer basically means the charcoal is there to really remove the shine from the skin. And I want to do half of it because the texture is super soft. I was always using the Smashbox, right? There's the popular Smashbox one, the blur one, which is amazing. But when I used this, I was like, you know what? If you're on a budget, it really is good. You see already, you can tell this one looks a little bit more matte and this one is more shiny. And the texture, if you were to touch my skin right now, you'd be like, oh my God, it's super soft. So this is great. Didn't cost me a lot in comparison to the other one. Like I said, because it's me, I am doing this with my fingers. When I apply makeup on my client, I like to apply it with a brush. Sometimes for certain things, I'll go in with my fingers, but mostly I like to keep my makeup application with a brush, you know? I think it's just, I don't know. The clients love it. I love it. I love using my brushes. I paid a ton for my brushes, so I'm going to take advantage of using all my brushes that I have. I like to clean my little palette in between. You don't have to be a professional makeup artist to have a palette. You can order these anywhere. I have this one. It's from MFMA. It's one of my girlfriends, actually. We used to work at MAC, and she created a beautiful line for lashes, a brush cleanser. She has a really good brush cleanser, actually. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, that's going to help you clean your brushes, especially when you're using certain types of makeups that get really stuck, like foundations or creamy makeups. That's going to be really good for you to clean your brushes with after you wash them. So I don't know. Today I was between two foundations that I want you to see. So maybe I just might do half-half, actually. This is a stick cream foundation from Makeup Forever. It is an HD, Ultra HD, so it looks beautiful on the skin. What do I like about this is I am getting older. I am 44. And even though I don't really have like wrinkles or anything, but my skin has changed. And I do see a difference on when I would wear much thicker makeup when I was younger, which was perfect because of the acne and all that pigmentation. But as I got older, I feel like, I think I like it a bit less. Even sometimes I still do wear it. But this one actually looks really nice on the skin. It glides on, it melts. This is my one. This is the one that I have. And there's a lot of stick products out there now. So I'll just go ahead and I'm going to do one side. In case you're wondering, this is the Y335. And I'm just like creating little spots here. It looks lovely. And I'm going in with a rounded tip brush. I could use this for a million things. This one actually is from my friend's collection, Diva Classique. And this is like a 12-piece set. And this is like literally one of my favorite brushes that she has. I love to use this for everything. So now I'm just creating little circular movements. When I apply my own CC cream or BB cream, sometimes I just do it with my hands. I put it here in the middle and I like rub it together, and then I literally just rub it into my skin until I really like massage it into my skin. And it still looks good. So I wish you could feel the texture of this cream foundation. You would freak out how soft it feels. And it's so light onto the skin. Like it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't like show my pores too much like after, because we also have to keep in mind that, like I said, skin is skin, right? And it's going to do things. It's going to breathe. And for sure, it's going to settle into your skin. But there's settling into your skin or maybe not making the best out of your skin. So it's a trial and error type of situation. Okay. Remember to cover around this part of our nose. And some people have like a much deeper ridge. So look, remember, work with your face. This is super cool. And it's so crazy because you can already see how it just unifies the skin so much. And it feels super light. Like I really do not feel like I have anything on my skin right now. For the other side, I'm going to use the HD Skin Hydra Glow from Makeup Forever. I was so lucky. About a month ago, I got blessed to have access and receive all of these products and I freaked out. I totally freaked out because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This one is 2Y20. This is a new formulation. This is normally made, so this is where I'll go in with my little brush here. And I'm just gonna dab it. I like to work with a little tissue on the side, and sometimes I just rub off, you see, the excess of the product. And if ever you feel like you put too much product on, go in with a sponge. So let me show you here with the sponge. I have a little wedge sponge. You can buy a bag of wedges and then just throw them out at each usage. So you won't cross-infect your skin because they do create bacteria. If you have a beauty blender, make sure you wash it every single time, even if you're just using it for concealer, because it's still something that's creamy that's going onto a sponge. So you want to make sure that you're washing that. I just honestly, like now for my clients, I just have these ones, and then I have like the cuter ones for my brides, and I have these ones and I throw it away at every usage. The Hydra Glow is made for more normal to drier skin. And it has a beautiful sitting. Like Makeup Forever recently reformulated a lot of their products. So a lot of their products are new. A lot of them did get discontinued. So I know a lot of makeup artists were very sad when that happened. But I think that the products that they release now are spectacular, and they're very performing, and they're just so like, they're really going into like creating makeup that makes it look like as much as skin, right? Guys, we got to keep it real. Like, I mean, it is makeup at the end of the day. And if you have wrinkles, of course it's going to be accentuated because that's what it is. It's makeup. But don't freak out. Like, you have to learn how to accept yourself and how to accept that as part of your life, and just try to find the better products that will make the makeup look better. So here we are. I'm going to use here, I have it. This is NW25. It's the Studio Fix Max 24 Smooth Wear Concealer. I like this one because I feel it doesn't settle too much into the creases of the eyes, right? Because that's what we don't want. And now I'm using a brush, also from Diva Classique. This is another collection, a little pink collection. And I think I'm going to have a little raffle, guys. So I want you in the comments, okay, to write down your name so I can take an attendance of who's here. And I'll have a little surprise for you. So write in the comments, just right here so I can see who's there. And now I'm just going in either with the brush, right? And on this side, you saw I just applied a bit. Aw, thank you, baby. And all here. Yeah. And I'm just packing it on. Well, packing it on, not really, but just putting what I need. You know, just cover what you need to cover, and don't do more than what you don't need to do, because that's when it starts looking too much. This one, I got it from Milk Makeup. Look how cute it is. It's like a baby concealer, and it's adorable. And you know what? I actually like it. Yes, girls. Okay, so I see I have some contenders for my giveaway. Here, I love this. It's so practical. I've even used it on the daily. Look. It just like glides off. And honestly, I've used a few contouring sticks, but I don't know. Some of them I feel they're very hard to blend, or I don't like the colors. But this one, I really like the colors. Now, the reason I'm doing this on my forehead is because I like to create that little tanned effect, because nobody's going to be fully white to the forehead generally, depending on your skin tone and everything. But we always have a little type of, how would I say, a discoloration per se, or we're always a little bit more tanner here, and then we naturally get a little bit whiter. So you want to keep that in mind. I'm doing this for the nose. I'm going on top of the cheekbone here to make sure that, you know, I'm lifting the cheeks and defining. And if you want to, if you want to make your chin a little bit more snatched, what you can do is you create the V for victory. Okay? And then don't forget the jawline. Okay? It looks really dark. And it's dark, but it blends really beautifully. And this is where I'm going to go back in with the same brush. So you saw I didn't have to use 1,000 brushes to create a beautiful makeup look. You just need the brushes you need. Like I said, start off with a good collection. Morphe, I love about them. Their brushes are very affordable and they're really good. Like I have a lot of them in my professional kit that I love. Or you can support local and get brushes from local artists, you know, who have spent so much time and money. Thank you. Thank you so much to, you know, create these lines. And they actually come up with really, really great products. So just blend that. When you're blending the jaw, you don't want to go too much over. You want to keep it under, okay? Under, and you can blend out here a bit too, because you don't want to look like a floating head either, right? That's not on trend this year, honey buns. Right? It's so funny how it's in the opposite. I'm like, why isn't my cheek blending? But I realized it's because of this. And you see, I'm blending it with this. You see how the brush kind of opens? Make sure you have brushes and like kind of touch your brushes. Are they soft? Do you think that they're going to do what you need to do? Like this one, I like it because it's kind of compact, but it's still soft at the same time. And now I'm blending out my nose. Let me go in with this other one. This is another one from Diva Classique. This is great for setting, for a whole bunch of stuff. But now it's a bit more precise. So now I'm going, there you go. See? And you blend it out. You could do all of these things also with your hands a bit, you know. You can go in with your hands and do this. And now you want to set. Setting powder is very important for the makeup. You can use loose setting powder. I've recently gotten into the Huda Beauty. This one is called Pound Cake. It's really nice. It's very light. If you don't like it too white under your eyes, then I would recommend the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. It has a little more of a beigey, less whitish look, but it will give you a very natural look. Laura Mercier is beautiful products for women who want to create a just beautiful, natural, luminous, elegant look. A little trick here, if you saw me before, what I did is before setting, I just went in with the sponge very quickly, and right away, I'm pressing it with a little puff. I got these puffs, to be honest, on Shein. I love the quality of these puffs. And I do feel it makes a huge difference. And if you get like little oily spots like me, I get a little bit on the forehead. I get here on the chin. And a lot of the times, you know how we have these laugh lines and then we're like, oh, why did the foundation stay there? And now I feel like it's like, you know, creating that line. Make sure you blend it out first. And then like this. Set that. Go in again with your powder and set it. Because then it will crease a lot less. And maybe push it in to your skin. We're not dabbing it. We're really pushing it into your skin. And you can leave a lot more powder on. That's called the baking technique. I would do that if I'm really going to like a big event, I'm going to be filmed, like when it was my wedding, I did that. But like for an everyday, like, you know, we don't have time every day to like sit around and bake our face. So we're not going to be baking our face. And now I had the setting powder. And like I said, that step, you don't have to do it. You can just like go in with your regular powder. This is, it's so funny how I say that. It's a C5 Studio Fix powder. And this is in a step where people will be like, do I have to? Kind of. Because remember, your skin breathes, right? It's doing this all the time. You just put something liquid, creamy on top of your skin. We need the powder to make sure it doesn't move. And look how it just starts changing the effect. It doesn't look like I have a lot of makeup on, right? It looks super natural. And even when you see myself in real life, like it looks really pretty. It doesn't look heavy. You know, that's the type of makeup that I like to do for myself. It's the type of makeup I love to do on my clients. I think it's like that timeless look. There are times where, you know, if the client wants a bit more, that's not a problem. I can definitely cater to her. But at the same time, I always prefer to go with a makeup that is something that's going to be timeless and just classic. That's what I love. And I guess that's what shows in my work. I'm going to use this beautiful like coral blush. It's actually called Joyful Pink. It is pinky, but it has a bit of coral inside, and it's the Artist Blush from Makeup Forever. This is one of their new formulations of blushes. This blush, I received it also in a PR pack a while ago. And what I love about it, it's gel infused. So it literally melts onto your skin. So for you ladies who don't like that powdery look, you don't like that, these products are killing it. So really, really nice to know. And here I'm just applying it. Look, just on the apples of my cheeks. Taking a little bit. Look how nice that looks. It looks super healthy, super nice. And now I'm just going to go in with my bronzer. Just preparing this. Thank God I had everything like in front of me because I knew I'd be like, where are my stuff? And then you can either go in with your same brush. And that's why, like I said, I like to work as long as it's not super wet, right? Just give it a little rub. I don't know if you see it, just to make sure that it's not. And then I'm going to go ahead with my airbrush bronzer. So let's say you don't want to put foundation. Let's say it's just CC cream. You can just do your CC cream. This is what I would do. I would do CC cream, and then I would just do bronzer like that. You don't have to do the stick. I just wanted to show it to you. You don't have to do it. You could just go ahead, you know, if you have a small forehead, don't do this because you're going to make it smaller. Medium to larger, yes, because it will contour, it will give definition, it will give structure. You can play with your structure. But if you already have a small forehead, don't do this. You can skip this step, which is great, right? And then now I'm just setting my bronzer with this. But let's say I didn't want to put the cream. I'll just do this. See? Ta-da! And a lovely step that we all love. This is my Ofra Glow palette. This palette is amazing. I was subscribed last year or the year before to BoxyCharm, and I received so many products, and this is one of the products that I received. I went to check it. It's like $150 value, and I had got it in like my deluxe pack that was maybe 60 bucks, 70 bucks a month. And I got that. I got a beautiful one size setting powder. I got my palette. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Now I have here the bronzer, not the bronzer, the highlighter. And I'm just applying it right on top of the cheeks. I like sometimes on the tip of the nose, and then I'll go in with my finger, okay, here. And I like to put it right in the middle. Let's say you're doing your makeup for the day, okay? Nothing crazy. You're going to work. You just want to look revived. You can just do a little bit of the base on your eyes. It's going to clear up your eyes, brighten it. You can set it even with your powder of your skin, like foundation powder, whatever you have. You could just do your CC or your foundation, a little bronzer. You don't even have to do the blush if you don't like blush. And then just do a little bit of highlighter, and then just put highlighter here, here, and there, and you look amazing. And if you already have one of those few people that have like the nice brows, you could just do a clear brow. Sometimes, to be honest with you, when I'm just doing like little things and I don't even really care much about my brows, maybe at most I'll just put like a clear brow gel, or just a brow gel. You can put a colored brow gel and it will kind of give you a similar effect of what you're seeing now. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the lashes, okay? We're almost there, guys, we're almost there. I can't wait to hear your questions. So now we're going to add these lashes. I was lucky enough to have received these lashes from a girl on the States, in the States, not on the States. And she has sent me over a whole bunch of lashes, and I'm going to use this style. I love lashes. I think they're beautiful. I know clients love lashes, and I know a lot of you guys have a hard time applying this. So if you have oily lids, make sure you set it with setting powder. Blot your lids because it's going to help you control the oiliness so the lash won't leave and peel off. I usually will go in by the tip here on the exterior part of the lash and take it out. Okay, so this is the lash. I like to give it a little round because make sure it's going to go on your eye. If you see that the lash, the interior part here, you see there's like a little excess coming out. Wait, no, here. Yeah, here. That little pointy one. I'm going to cut that because if I put that close to my eye, that's going to hurt my eye, and I don't want that to hurt my eye at all. Okay? So I'm going to cut that, and now I'm going to measure it. How is this lash going to look? And how long is it going to be? I don't want it too long because I don't want it to... Look at the difference already. See? And it's not even glued on. I'm just measuring it. I might cut it a tiny bit on the exterior. So maybe like that one cluster, I'll cut off a little bit because I felt it a little bit that it was bothering me. And one of my favorite eye glues that I love to apply are the ones with applicators. This is Kiss. And I love to apply it on the band. Let me see if I have this right. On the lash band, okay? So I will apply it. I'm going to show you guys so I could actually see what I'm doing. Try not to apply the glue onto the lashes. Really stick it to the top and the back of the lash because just try to visualize. When you're applying the lash, you're applying it on top of your lash, right? And it's sticking from the back part, not the front part, the back part. So let me see if you can see this. Perfect. You want to blow on this a little bit. And you're going to stick it on. And you see how I'm using my mirror again. I am looking down at my mirror. I'm not looking at my mirror. And the major helper in this application is the tweezer. This is the help. And you see, like the lashes, when you look at them, they seem so exaggerated. They look like very long and stuff, but a lot of the times they just look like that. But when you put them on, they just give you this little flare. And I think that's beautiful. So you can start to practice. They have lashes pretty much everywhere. They sell lashes. You can have them at the dollar store. You can buy really cheap lashes online to practice with because there are some lashes that are a bit more pricier, especially recently. I've noticed that the prices of lashes have gone up as well. So that's why we have to adjust ourselves and our prices as makeup artists because there's so much that has increased over the last few years. And a lot of the popular lash brands have been some of them. And also there's like a crazy influx and growth of makeup artists. Okay, see, make sure that when you stick the lash, you really stick it. You see how I'm pushing it into my eye almost? So this Thursday, I'm going with my daughter. We're going to watch a comedy show. I wish I could just keep my makeup, but I can't. Oh my God, that's another thing. Okay, check this out, guys. I don't know if you could see this, but I'm going to do my best, okay? You really hold it and place it in the middle first. And you release and you stick it. Try not to put it all the way to the inside part of your eye, like in the internal part, because when you blink, your eyes, they get smaller and then it expands. So you don't want to put it too close in. to the end completely because it might hurt and pinch. If you feel the lashes, they're a little bit heavy at the beginning, that's completely normal. If you feel like you can see them, that's also normal. If they pinch you every time you feel like you blink and they like pinch, that's not good. And it's going to hurt you the whole day. So take them off and start it all over again. Now, remember I prepped my lips. I'm using my Prep and Prime. This is a lip primer from MAC. I went in with my little spatula because it's almost done. I just got a little piece here and I will put it all over my lips. It also hydrates, but it's going to create such a cool canvas for you to be able to apply your lip liner with ease. So I'm using this color. This is an artist pencil. It's called Universal Earth by Makeup Forever. And I like to start in the middle to create as much symmetry as we can, okay? And here. You know, a good lip liner, hold on a second. Look at this. Here. And then sometimes you can shade. See? This is another trick. You can go like this. And I just created like a little ombre effect. And then if I want, I can add a little lip gloss. This one's from MAC. I've been using a lot of the pinks and the browns because that's what I like, I guess. And you see, like I just used the lip primer, which helps me glide on my lips. And I just used not the lip primer, the lip primer as the base, but the lip liner as my color. And you see, you don't have to color it all in because then it's giving it like a little shading. And then in the middle, now I could just apply a touch of my gloss if you want. And the cool part is that I kind of kept it more in the middle, the gloss, and the ends, I just kept it with the lip liner effect. And now I'm going to use the final thing, which is my favorite eyeliner, a mascara, sorry. It's the Giga Black. Look at this, super small, especially when you're wearing lashes. Just apply a bit here to soften it up, and on the bottom. I love bottom mascara. Sometimes my lashes are longer on the bottom than other times for some weird reason, but bottom mascara is amazing because I feel it opens up the eyes so much more. Even if you're just doing a natural look, if you are one of the few blessed people to have beautiful natural lashes and you do your mascara, like just put top and bottom and you're going to see, you're going to have a beautiful doll eye effect. And the last key that I love, especially for those who have a bit of oilier skin, if you have oily skin, I've been loving this one. It's the Max Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Spray. This has clay inside, so you really need to shake it a lot. And then what I like to do is that I'll apply it straight onto my puff. And then I just dab it onto the skin. Why? Because sometimes the mattifying ones, it can leave you little white dots on your face. And especially if you don't shake it properly. So if it leaves little white dots, it didn't get mixed properly. And by doing this, you can apply it straight onto the skin. And it's also, if you have oily skin, you can actually do it before applying your makeup or on your eyelids. Spray, shake well, spray, apply on your eyelids, do a little bit of a setting powder, and then do whatever you want. So here is my final look. So I did a cut crease, eyeliner, lashes, lips, highlighter, blush, concealer, brows, everything. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my live makeup masterclass. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, this is the moment to ask me anything you want to know about makeup. Also, I want to let you guys know that as of today, I had my makeup masterclass at an introductory price when I had released modules 1 to 4. And then I kept it at that same price with module 5. And now at module 6, I've invested a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of energy, and the price is going to be going up to $97. But don't worry, because I have another module coming up. Once that's ready, I will definitely let you guys know. So if this is the time for you guys until pretty much tomorrow, yes, this is the time right now for you guys to run and get the Makeup Masterclass. $67 for a full year is not a lot of money. I am sure you can spend a lot more buying Starbucks coffee or buying other things, you know? And what's really cool about this, like I said, I built this Makeup Masterclass for it to follow itself, for it to be a makeup look that follows itself through, and also so you can do it at your own pace. So the videos are short. They're, you know, some of the videos could be 15, 20 minutes, but some of them are really short, because if you're like, wait, what was that product and how does she apply that product? You just go to that subject, you watch the video, and that's it. You know, so you have that accessibility to learn at your pace, to follow along. And then sometimes there are certain parts of the videos that you want to learn more, like, okay, the eyeshadow, you're going to repeat it a bit more. You'll be able to go and repeat it. And I created also, I have my support on my Facebook page. You can always contact me on my Instagram. And I've created a group, which is a VIP masterclass. And I want you guys to go ahead and find me and add me so I can accept you into my group, so we can create a beautiful community about makeup and empowering. And I just want to also say that makeup is something that should be used as a tool to have fun, to enjoy yourself, to empower yourself, but not rely on it completely as your only self-confidence, right? It is an extension of your self-confidence. Like right before we started this masterclass, when I came on with no makeup, it's still me, and it's still who I am. And I'm not going to lie that I feel good. And you do feel good. You do feel good when you have your makeup on. You feel like energized. And sometimes like, you know, you could feel a little tired and you just do like a little tiny something and you're like, oh, I feel so much better, because you look more refreshed, right? It helps us. It helps us how we feel. It helps us how we act and how we feel for ourselves, you know? So take it as something that is fun, something that is just, it's playful. It's like we're playing makeup and dress up like little kids, but now we're just doing it for real because we're adults, you know? So let me know if you guys have any questions pertaining any makeup, or if anything, you can also reach out to me on my email. It is blanketamarketing@gmail.com. You can reach out to me there. And if you have any other specific questions or anything like that, you can always let me know. So once again, go ahead to my Makeup Masterclass page. Sign up for the full year. That's the one that I recommend the most. Enjoy. Start with the theories that you're going to be learning a lot. And then after, you'll have all the other modules with different models there, being able to learn different makeup looks and many more modules to come that I'm working on that for you. So thank you guys so much for participating and being here with me. And I wish you all the best. Let me know if you have any questions. Guys, I'm here. I'll take a sip of water. I've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, good. So just look at the eyes. They're crazy. I love it. I love how the eyes look. See, that's what you call a cut crease, right? Because remember, this is the crease of the eye, and we just pretty much cut it. And then you have the liner and the lashes. It's me. All right, guys. So I will be signing off. Take care. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for participating. I hope you got to do makeups on yourself. If you did, tag yourself, post yourself, and tag me, and tag you, and tag the whole world. And if you want to know any other products that I use, let me know. Take care, guys. Don't forget to check out my Makeup Masterclass, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great night. Ciao.